Alright guys, I'm back with another Amstrad CPC Longplay review. This time it's the game behind my name, Xyphoes Fantasy. And this is a bit of a special video. This is, I don't know if you noticed guys, this is my 199th video, one before my 200th. And many people have asked me, where does my username come from? Well, it actually comes from this game. And well, the box art there doesn't look very impressive. It looks like a bit of a Conan the Barbarian rip-off. But it's a really fantastic French game, made quite late in the day, 1992, from Silmarils. Very nice logo there for them. And yeah, it's one of the most graphically impressive games on the Amstrad. Along with a huge number of very special techniques used in the game, which makes it a rather unique and fantastic game to have in your collection. First of all, this is the game compacting a huge amount of data that is on the discs. There's nearly 780 kilobytes of data, which spans several discs, or at least the dump version does, and contains basically digitised music and graphics converted from the Amiga and Atari ST. And here it is compacting data again, and all the screens are basically in Overscan, which basically means it uses the border that you normally find around you know, all our Amstrad programs and games, and even has animation in the border, which is a really difficult technique, along with animation in the border as well. It's called Overscan, that technique. Now here's the opening title screen, and as you can hear in the background, we've got some digitised music. So I'll let you have a little bit of a listen to this, and I'll shut up for a bit. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? And the story behind how this game came about. This isn't well, Silmarils, the company behind you know, releasing the game. They didn't use their own in-house you know, programming staff for this game. It was basically farmed out to a load of independent programmers, more famous for their demos and stuff. Programmer was a guy called Stefan St. Martin. Again, I don't know too much about the demo scene, but I believe he was a big part of it at the time in the early 90s, along with all the other guys who contributed to this game. And it's sort of demo origins and background is kind of apparent here with the scrolling message at the bottom there. Nearly every demo in existence has a scroller. Now, unfortunately, guys, this game is in French, and I'll try and do a bit of translation. I'll edit in the translation on the video later when I've uploaded it. But anyway, the story of this game. Okay, I have to write this down. Okay, the story behind the game. For thousands of years, the Skull Barbarians have reigned terror over the kingdom of Norem. Their forces have captured your girlfriend in order to sacrifice her to their god. You set off in search of her on the back of your fleet-footed warhorse. In the course of your quest, you must face many monsters and cruel warriors. You must also be shrewd enough to find the trophies which, once combined, will lead to the destruction of the Empire of the Skulls. So that's a bit of a brief backstory. And I've taken the time to painstakingly write out all the French from the manual and just run it through Google Translate, and I think I'll just chuck that in the video description for you to read. There's an awful lot of guff in the backstory about your guy who's a student and goes to Scotland and Loch Lomond and gets zapped through a portal to this kingdom of Norem and blah blah blah. Load of crap, really. I mean, it's your standard platformer, rescue your girlfriend, defeat the evil wizards and stuff, and save the day. Now, before each level, there's a little bit of cutscene, well, with some backstory and text, and I'll roughly translate for you. And you ask the old man, who are you, or what are you? And he tells you, once he was a powerful wizard, but Can, must be the evil bad guy, Can, took away all my powers, and if you bring me 7 pieces of gold and 4 pieces of sharin, I will get some of my powers back. But beware, the kingdom of schools is infested with evil creatures created by Can. But luckily you have this armor. He directs you to the north, and the path is a 1-day walk. Okay, whatever. Anyway, let's start the first level. After a bit of loading. And this is uncompacting the massive amount of data when you see these sort of white lines disappearing. And we're ready to go. And as you can see, just look at those gorgeous colours, guys. And basically, you've already seen, as you can see there, you know, it's a scrolling platformer shoot 'em up. There's some really lovely design sprites as well, and we've got some smooth scrolling on the go as well, guys, and some really fantastic music in the background, along with some nice meaty sound effects as well. And there's some of the pieces we need to collect. That restores your energy and gives you a weapon upgrade. And that other icon there, that's a protective bubble, makes you invulnerable. Now, I'm not so keen on poor Xyphoe's animation there. Looks like he's walking with a bit of a limp, or something stuck in his pants. But some really wonderfully designed enemy sprites. And they're actually quite well animated, those are. So I've got some kind of sort of prehistoric dinosaurs or whatever. Ah, there's another piece we needed to collect. And it's really important you keep your weapon upgrades, because it will make the game a heck of a lot easier. So really, you don't want to die and lose a life. But you do get plenty of lives in the game. Oh, and here's the weapon we wanted. Now it seems that, well, it seems like it might be relatively simple and easy. Trust me, guys, it's really rock hard, especially with those sort of flying enemies that come at you from right at the top of the screen. You've got to sort of time it just right to jump up and shoot them. As you can see, they really suck energy off you if you're not careful. If you do get like hit by an enemy, there's no sort of recoil from the hit, and you're not made sort of temporarily invulnerable after you get hit. If you stay too long touching an enemy, your energy just drains away. Now this is a really neat trick here. We've got like got 2 Xyphoes on the go there. I will admit that the first few times I played this, I didn't really enjoy it. I just got killed far too quickly. And really, you want to sort of take your time. And sort of edge bit by bit across the screens, just to try and judge when those flying enemies come at you. On this first level, I'm moving at a bit of a pace here. Some of them, like those wasps, so you can let them sort of fly at the top of you, but you don't want to take too much of a risk. Oh yeah, you do have a special power, like special weapon or whatever, that will clear the screen of all enemies. I've currently got 3 of them, which is signified by, I don't know if you can see that sort of like necklace pendant type icon next to my score to the right, the number 3. I'm going to use it here. There you go. Let's just clear the screen of all enemies. Really useful. And don't be afraid to use them in sticky situations, because even if you mass quite a few of them, by the next level they're reset to, you know, they don't carry over to the next level. You can jump between platforms and different levels and areas by firing up and firing down. That can be a little tricky to pull off sometimes. That's the only time the game seems a bit unresponsive. Other than that though, the controls are generally really responsive. There's certainly no lag and slowdown on the screen, even with loads of complicated sprites on the screen and scrolling. It all moves at a great pace. This is probably the smoothest scrolling that you could probably achieve on the Amstrad. We've seen some smoother scrolling recently with some special techniques like the R3 scrolling. But this is generally probably the best kind of scrolling you're going to see on the Amstrad. Never going to be as liquid smooth as the Commodore 64. But this is a game that is really pushing the Amstrad to the limit. And it's using the full 128K of memory, so unfortunately 464 owners, you won't be able to play this game without an expansion pack for your memory. Those things are quite annoying to jump over. There's a bit of a strange sort of square field around them. Oops, should have lost energy there. Yeah, I used one of my special attacks there. Ooh, running out of energy. More pickups there. That was an extra life icon. Oh, and we've just reached the end of the level. I tend to forget which icons do what. But there you go, that's the first level, and this second level coming up is really impressive stuff. We'll just wait and see. But let's do a quick translation. Value recovered from your efforts. The magician of Norem. Norem is the country you're in, by the way. He teleports right next to you. He says, "Bravo! Continue to get rid of the evil skulls." He takes the things you have collected and the gold and recites some incantations across the sky. And suddenly a beautiful stallion appears at your feet. This horse, Altair, there I pronounce it, is the only way. You have to cross the great mountains of Arogd. I can't pronounce it either. Do not waste time, and above all, collect at least 41 precious stones. Well, someone on the CPC power site says you need to collect all 50 stones to face the final battle, but I don't collect 50. I think I collect over 41, and I still complete the game alright. But if anyone knows any different, let me know. Anyway, enough about that. Check this out, guys. More stunning graphics and animation. And that looks just truly spectacular on the horse there. And there's the precious stones that's meant to be collecting. And this level is certainly quite tricky actually. Oh, that figure I just picked up, that's my special attack that will clear the screen of all enemies. So we've got 2 of them. Oh, and that icon is really, we need to collect that. That restores health and does like a multi-directional sort of blast with one shot. Really dead useful for getting through this level. Don't constantly fire though, because you will eventually run out of this weapon. But it does have an awful lot of shots available. So yeah, you press fire and the direction key, you know, to shoot your weapon. But with this special weapon, one press of the fire button will, you know, unleash it in all directions, usually. Although you can make directed blasts if you try and force it in a particular direction. And yeah, you can jump up, make your horse jump in the air to collect diamonds. Unfortunately, it's quite awkward to do. It uses the second fire button, which is nice. You have to press the up key, then release the fire button while holding up, I believe. And it's quite awkward. The amount of time, because you've got to be really quick and reactive. There's an awful lot of enemies and things going on the screen. And sometimes you just, I don't know, mistime your jump and the jump doesn't happen, or jumps too early or too late. And like kind of one mistake can prove really critical and fatal. That was the word I was looking for there, sorry. Because you only need to be touching an enemy just for a few seconds and find all your energy wiped out. And whilst this, whilst these levels look really impressive, I have to admit they're not entirely that enjoyable. And unfortunately, I think when I sort of sum up a bit of a review of the game, I'll mention that the game is not entirely that much fun to play, if I'm being brutally honest. The control system is especially awkward on this level, and also problematic on the next sort of scrolling sort of platform section, where things just change up a little bit and new attacks are introduced. However, after this level, and also the final level, it turns into a bit of a Barbarian rip-off, which is a cool and nice change of pace. So we got, a decent variety in the levels, and wow, I mean, we've got a Horseback level here. I don't think I've ever seen this apart from in Back to the Future Part 3 and that budget game called Kane, where you ride on horseback. And see it as beautifully animated as this, and drawn is just a real joy to see. I mean, graphic wise, it's probably one of the best looking games on the Amstrad. Kind of leads me back to kind of why I'm doing this video. This is my 199th video, so I'm going to do quite a few special videos, sort of celebrating my 200th video, just for the head of it, so watch out for my next one. But I thought for my 199th, my penultimate one before 200, I would do this one. As I said, a few people have asked, where does the name Xyphoe come from? Well, it's answered here. Basically, guys, I just wanted to choose a username that is synonymous with the Amstrad, or somehow related to it in some special way. It could very easily have been Roland or Arnold, but no, I love the graphics of this game, so Xyphoe it is. So on to another translation here quickly. Bad news, the king of the schools, can I believe, now knows that you are a threat to him, and he has sent the Black Warrior Aran to kill you. If you do kill him though, take his sword, because it's made of precious metal that contains special powers. So this is the Barbarian type rip-off level, which is unfortunately not as good as the combat in Barbarian, but it makes a nice change of pace. It's relatively easy to kill them. Oh, first a very nice little cutscene there. Lovely picture there. Yeah, there's a lot of loading in this game, and flicking between discs and sides of discs. Okay, here we go. Just uncompacting the huge amounts of data. And here we are. And now you can do that spinning headshot move, and if you time it just right, you can knock his head off. Good range of moves available. He's no pushover, but there you go, check that out. We've chopped his head off, bounced on the floor. Now Vulture the buzzard or comes to eat him. Nice. Lovely graphics there and great music as always. So translation time again. Okay, the news of your victory against Iran spreads across the country of Norem really fast. The people are with us, and the fear of the evil skulls starts to decrease. But the wizard says he still misses 8 bat tails, as you know, bats, flapping bats, and 7 flasks of something called Adrian, to finally break down the skulls and the evil can. But get back before darkness invades the country of Norem. Yeah, sorry about the rough translation. I'll do my best with my limited knowledge of French language and Google Translate. So onto another sort of side-scrolling platform shoot-'em-up section like the first level. Looks fairly similar, but we've got a change in the main sprite there. And he's got these now strange moves where he sort of he held the fire button down and press up. He does that sort of strange swingy fist type thing. And firing down now does a sort of a kick type move, which is really annoying actually, because sometimes you need to be ducking down like that and shooting, and you end up bloody doing your kick like that. Can be a trifle annoying. Okay, I would say guys, this level might be a little bit dull to watch, because you need to sort of take your time in this one. New enemies sort of appear every few steps, and you need to be prepared to basically jump up and get rid of those sort of flying down enemies. Quite a lot of them. If you try and pelt it through this level, you'll soon get swamped and easily killed. As you can see, I've nearly lost already half my energy, and I really want to do this without losing a life, so I've had to take my time here really. I think that's one of the objects I need to collect for the wizard. See what happened there? Oh, I done it again there. I've accidentally activated this punch or kick when I wanted to just duck down and shoot, because it's firing down. Anyway, it's totally unnecessary to have these moves in the game. If there's any sort of special use, then I've not really found it. That's any benefit to you progressing in the game. But this becomes a bit of an annoyance and hindrance in this level, but hey, it still looks great. And the enemies just keep constantly coming at you. That bat's really nicely animated. Hey, we've got a protected bubble now. I suppose I'll probably mention, see if I can find out if there's any other games by these same guys. There's actually quite a team of people involved with this. Let's just see. Well, the level design menu, gosh, the routines for the music playing and all the data compaction. By a guy called Fabian Fessard, also known as Fefes. Okay, the Overscan routines, as in like the game going into the border. General presentation in the high score table by a guy called Michael Fauquet. It's spelled F-A-U-Q-U-E-T. We also had I think the main program and graphics by Stefan St. Martin. And then the Atari ST sound and conversion by a guy called Emmanuel Larry. And more music, and the end sequence by Fabrice Holtzclock. I can't pronounce this French stuff very well. Well, you can go and have a look at the program and names and stuff on the CPC Power website. I link to in the description as always. And let's see what the main programmer Stefan St. Martin has done. If I remember, he did a really nice sort of vertically scrolling space shoot 'em up called Axis: The Last Battle, which looks gorgeous but was an absolute nightmare to play. And yeah, he was also, his next game after Xyphoes Fantasy was going to be sort of a one-on-one beat-em up called Killing Fist. I think Silmarils had signed up them to do 2 games, first being this one, followed by Killing Fist, but a few screenshots appeared in French magazines, but it never materialised, unfortunately. It looks like he's done quite a few other programs and utilities, and a few sort of games from French Amstrad magazines at the time. Looks like he did a Bubble Bobble clone called Clumpy. And there's also a really quite famous in the scene prototype of a game called Atland, which looked kind of similar to Xyphoes Fantasy. You can see the bats there. You just saw the bats there. Basically, Atland sort of involved sort of a bird flying sort of left to right against similar looking sort of horrible creatures. I think there's a sort of a playable demo available, but it was never completed. That looks really interesting. I think the graphics look even better on that one, from my vague recollection. But anyway, enough about them. I just wonder if any of those guys still exist in the CPC scene. It'd be nice if they put a few comments in the video and let me know what they think and their thoughts post in this game. Oh, that's a special attack pickup there. 2 of them left. Yeah, so I always say it's always a shame that when we have a look at some of the games I've looked at where they're just so well presented and programmed like this, that so few Amstrad games really had the care and attention this had. Obviously they put in so much work and effort into this game, and you know, for that they are to be commended and respected. Just such a shame that other Amstrad games didn't look as good as this. I mean, geez guys, we've got loads of great looking sprites, we've got smooth scrolling on the go, the game doesn't slow down, we've got music with the game as well, and sound effects. And my god, the game's playing in Overscan as well. Really impressive stuff, really impressive stuff. So that's why I love this game, and I love the character of Xyphoe. Maybe it's pronounced Xyphoe, who knows. So guys, I think we're getting towards the end of this level and coming on to the final battle shortly. So I guess I'll sum up a little bit of review. I mean, I've already sort of summed up not too long ago, actually. Really, lots of stuff to love about this game. Unfortunately, the gameplay in reality isn't that much fun. Unfortunately, still, I still enjoyed doing this game and completing it. And I think, despite the gameplay defects, just for all the fantastic stuff we've got in this game, I'm going to have to give this a 9 out of 10. It's certainly a nice game to show off to people, at least on YouTube. I think it's probably more fun watching it than playing it, if I'm being brutally honest and really harsh. Yikes, bit of swamp there. And certainly on this level things get a little bit dull because you have to take your time. But it presents quite a difficult challenge. Well, admittedly, you know, I've done this on 1 life, and look guys, I've got 9 lives left. So maybe you can take the game a little bit faster and lose a few lives in the process. But yeah guys, this is probably one of the rarest and most sought after games. You know, if you're hunting for it on eBay and stuff, I've only ever seen it once come up in about 4 or 5 years. I think it went for a ridiculous price. So one of the rarest games to collect, a real collector's item. Okay, final battle. Okay, you find the magician in the vicinity of the marsh. Something or other. He tells you the ultimate test. Only a guy called Xyphoes, I think, if I'm translated that correctly, can stop us. The warrior was trained in combat by the schools. He is ruthless, and only death will separate you. And so basically, guys, onto another barbarian style battle to the death. Oh, and another lovely picture and cutscene there. Fantastic stuff. And if we manage to kill him, we'll basically rescue our girlfriend, free the country of Norem from the evil schools and Can. But I wonder if there is actually a final battle against Can. Like I said guys, in level 2, someone mentioned that you need to collect all 50 precious jewels to have a final battle, but I don't know. Seems to suggest I completed the game fully after this battle. So let me know if you know otherwise. Anyway, here we go. Check out those lovely graphics in the background. And I skillfully chopped his head off there again. Brilliant stuff. Perhaps those battles are a little bit too easy, but there you go. That's it guys, and we've completed the game. Get a little bit of text first of all. Victory! The magician has succeeded because he cast a spell fatal to the evil schools. Norem's people are cheering you as new king. Xyphoes! Xyphoes! Your girlfriend becomes your fiancée as she faints into your arms, overcome by emotion. The idea of returning home has left your mind. The magician, he reminds you of your grandfather who once said, "Life only gives you one real chance, do not let it go." Whatever. You accept the offer to rule the kingdom of Norem with your queen by your side and magician for valuable advice with you. So there you go. We've become the king, we've decided to stay, we've got our girlfriend who's now our queen, the magician for a friend, and all's well that ends well. And one more ending surprise. And I'm going to leave it here, guys. I'm going to say thanks for watching. I'm going to give this 9 out of 10, as I said. I'm going to let you enjoy the ending picture, music and credits again. Alright, cheers guys, thanks, bye, and see you on video 200 next.